Hello, my name is Scott Magnacca, and I'm an economist, professional speaker, author, and certified financial planner. I've spent nearly 30 years working at companies like Fidelity, TIAA, and Edelman Financial Engines to help hundreds of thousands of their customers succeed financially. Over that time, I've become an expert at investing, financial planning, and most importantly, communicating effectively with clients and prospects from all walks of life. Now, I'd like to share with you some of what I've learned during my career so that it can help you in your life and your career. Today, we're going to talk about the concept of authority. And by the end of this short video, you're going to understand how this important tool of unconscious influence works, and more importantly, how you can use and apply this concept today, right now, with your boss and your family, your friends, your coworkers, your clients or prospects, anyone really. So, what is authority and why does it matter to you in your life? Well, modern scientific research has proven that people who understand how to utilize authority in their particular lives are happier, they're better communicators, they enjoy their jobs more, they're better managers, better marketers and salespeople, and surprisingly, they're often very good at accumulating wealth and they make a lot fewer personal and professional mistakes than people who don't know how to use it. So let's define what authority is and how to use it effectively. So, from a psychological perspective, the term authority refers to the strong tendency for someone to automatically defer or to accept direction from someone in authority. Now think of driving down the road and you suddenly see a flashing red or blue light in your rearview mirror. Immediately you look at your speedometer and ask yourself, was I speeding? And you automatically pull your car over to the side of the road. You're ordered to roll down your window and produce your license and registration. Most of the time you do this without question. Why? Because the police are authority figures, and they have guns. The uniform, the stern expression, and the no-nonsense attitude communicate to you that you better comply with the instructions, or else. So you do, without question. There was a famous experiment done years ago by Stanley Milgram at Yale, where he had volunteers hooked up to a menacing-looking machine, and he had students administer ever-increasing shocks to another person in a nearby room. Now, the machine didn't shock anyone in reality, and the person in the other room was an actor, but the person administering the shocks didn't know that. And when participants hesitated to increase the shock level due to the yelling and screaming in the other room, they were encouraged by a scientist who was in a white coat, and he kept saying, keep going, and that nobody is going to get harmed regarding the person in the other room. Even though on the machine that was administering the supposed shocks, areas of the levers were labeled lethal and deadly. And so the interesting thing about this study was the majority of participants shocked the other helpless actor all the way up to the lethal level. And the question is, why did seemingly normal people do this? And the answer, according to Milgram, was that participants were unable to defy the wishes of the lab-coated scientist that was running the study. They deferred to him as an expert and authority figure. Participants were willing to do any task that they were asked to do as long as somebody else in authority assumed responsibility for their actions. In the military, in the police, in business, and in medicine, there are all various uniforms that we wear that immediately confer respect and authority on the person that wears that uniform. In fact, the whole reason why we have uniforms is to speed up people's compliance with requests. In medicine, you can walk into a cold office and be told to take off all your clothes for an exam when commanded by a doctor, and you don't even think about it twice. In the military, you'll charge up a hill in the midst of a mortar attack when your commander orders you to do so. No questions asked. In business, you'll listen to the CEO in the expensive suit because he or she is the boss and they can fire you at will. Titles like professor, doctor, judge, and president connote professional expertise and a certain level of experience and educational level. They command almost immediate respect and deference from almost everybody. Now, how about clothes? Well, when I worked at Fidelity, the business casual dress code across the company for men was a polo shirt, and a nice pair of khaki pants. If you didn't wear this, or if you wore something different, you stuck out like a sore thumb, and you would be made to feel very uncomfortable. Some work environments have specific type of flashlights that they use. Others have specific types of shoes that they use, or ties and suits. All these different types of clothing can communicate information unconsciously about your status, your credentials, your profession. And every profession tends to have a typical informal dress code, from plumbers and electricians to construction workers to corporate vice presidents to lawyers and managers. The uniform communicates competence at that profession and also helps people fit in with their colleagues who are similar. But like an octopus that can blend into its background in seconds, clothes and uniforms can be easily copied. And when they are, you immediately assume that the authority that comes along with that clothing. How about prestige items? Luxury automobiles like a Porsche or a Mercedes and a Tesla, as well as luxury watches and jewelry, all communicate very powerful messages to the outside world. They tell others that I've made it, I'm successful, and more subtly, that you should listen and defer to me because I'm experienced or successful. Educational credentials. Expertise in a certain area can be demonstrated by advanced degrees, certifications, certificates, and awards. These credentials confer the perception that the owner is an expert at a specific subject matter. And as a result, typically people will defer to this expert when making a decision where the subject matter expert weighs in with their opinion. Examples of this would be deferring to your cardiologist for his expertise in treatment with your cardiac issues, or deferring to a professor of physics for his expertise in physics, and deferring to the experience of a salesperson for her expertise in purchasing a product or service. Media are also authority figures. They present themselves as authority figures in their works by interviewing experts in various fields. The expertise from interviews often transfers to the actual interviewer, and over time, the interviewers and their opinions are often perceived as the experts, even though they're really not. Trusted media like the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, and even Fox News can become trusted experts and authorities to their audiences. Now, how about arguing against your own interests? One way you can establish trust and authority with an audience or customer is to argue against your own vested interest. For example, a waiter might whisper to customers in a restaurant that I'd avoid the salmon special tonight. It's a bit overcooked and expensive. Now, customers would appreciate this inside information and will tend to reward the waiter with a generous tip as a result of his information. Now, how can you use authority? Salespeople and marketers use authority in meetings and appointments by sharing their credentials and their expertise with customers and prospects, typically in advance of a meeting. They can be recommended by another person who vouches for them and their expertise. They can publish articles in trade magazines and author magazines and become authors of books or host a radio show. They can quote dress for success and communicate to prospects that they're knowledgeable and successful through the clothes they wear, the car they drive, and the people they know and surround themselves with. If you're in real estate, you can let buyers know that you're an expert in waterfront real estate, commercial real estate, or residential property. You can let prospects know that you're the best or most successful agent in your town or geographic region. You can let them know about your many years of experience working with people just like them. That all communicates authority. If you're in the insurance business, you can let clients know about your expertise in life insurance and annuity and long-term care areas. You can share articles with them that you've written that credentialize yourself with them and create an aura of expertise. If you're a financial planner or investment advisor, you can communicate your standing in the industry by illustrating that you're one of the most successful financial planners of your firm and you only work with an exclusive group of clients. You can demonstrate your expertise through clients that you work with in terms of charging investment minimums or the premium fees that you might charge. If you're an attorney, you can position yourself as an expert and authority figure by publishing law articles, writing books, giving speeches, or having a well-designed website that positions you as a specialist and an expert in a particular area of law. Now, think about how using this simple tool of authority can make an immediate impact for you, on your family, with your spouse or significant other, maybe with your children, with your work colleagues, potentially with your boss or your existing customers, and with prospects that you want to get on or bring on as clients. Think about the huge payback that using this simple tool of authority could have if you use it consistently in your life. Don't you owe it to yourself and your family to use it right now? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this quick introductory video, and if you're interested, please feel free to share it with friends or family members or work colleagues. We have a comprehensive in-person training course on these concepts that you can get a steep discount on since you watch this video. And we also have a video-based training program on these concepts that can be made available to you or a team or group from your company. This is available at a steep discount as well for a limited time. Thank you for joining us for this video, and we look forward to talking to you soon.